So chovos halevovos, gate 3, chapter 8. This is Duties of the Heart by Rabbeinu bacheya ibn pekuda. In reconciling the issue between necessity and righteousness, which is the idea of divine decree or free will, is everything already predetermined, or do we have a choice? Our ignorance in this is because of Hashem's kindness. If there was an advantage to knowing, Hashem would have had us know. We must confess our ignorance on this, which refers to the wisdom of the Creator, because our knowledge is too limited, too weak. Our comprehension is too limited, our knowledge is too weak. The best approach is to assume that what we do matters and do our best. And at the same time, we must trust that everything happens according to the Creator, Hashem. A close analogy is in the case of a person we can observe in the case of a person with very weak eyes who cannot enjoy the light of the sun without putting a thin veil to protect his eyes. The more his eyes are impaired, the thicker the veil, which he needs in order to aid his sight. When the impairment lessens, a thinner veil is suitable for him. The same is true for inventions and occupations that we don't understand how they work. We might call someone a liar over it, even though we've never seen it. For example, a millstone is a heavy stone that doesn't sink. The astrolabe can measure all different celestial spheres, seasons, and distances between stars. And then a fulcrum scale, which isn't even equal, but can balance all different weights. There's many different physical things we don't understand, especially if we never saw them. It's a comfort to give up trying to understand the mysteries that we don't understand. But what about the mystery of my existence in this world, my aim and my purpose? There's a parable. A city appointed a stranger as a ruler over their city each year, and then chose a new person at the end of the year. A fool was chosen as the king and brought in his wife, kids, possessions. He mistook the temporary position as something for forever. He was so aggrieved at the end of the term when he lost absolutely everything. Meanwhile, a wise man was appointed next as the ruler, and he chose to become close to a favorite resident there who secretly told him what the people planned. And then he made a completely different plan for when the year was up, such as bringing out limited treasures, etc. He could never completely enjoy the year fully. It was a mix of joy and grief. However, he was able to fully enjoy everything finally after the year was up. The temporary position ended. All he set aside for the after was then available for him. The lesson is like us in this world. We lose everything when we leave. We can plan and prepare for the future world with treasures for after this temporary time. Hashem made us out of nothing and wants to raise us to the most exalted degree of elevation as a kindness, as long as we satisfy 3 conditions, which is 1, we remove our folly so we can be enlightened by Hashem's knowledge. 2, we be tried and tested to see if we choose to serve Him or rebel against Him. And 3, we be disciplined in this world, bearing the yoke of His service. Hashem in His power and wisdom joined us in union to the palace so that we could do these 3 conditions. Therefore, Hashem made this world with all its gates, minerals, living creatures arranged and properly administered for our benefit, and chose for us from the finest elements a palace of a body. There are 5 palace gates, which we call sense organs, to the outside: eyes, nose, ears, tongue, and hands. And there are 5 gatekeepers, which are the senses: the sight, the hearing, the smell, the taste, and the touch. And that's where we get knowledge useful in the world. There's 4 rules degrees: the brain, the heart, the liver, and the testicles. To different degrees, there's 4 rulers. And then we have 4 officers, which are the faculties of ingestion, retention, digestion, and excretion. And their stores, which is the offices of black and green gall, lymph, and blood. There's servants and attendants. On the inside is intestines, veins, sinews, nerves, and arteries. On the outside, teeth, nails, hands, feet, tongue, and similar parts. The physical and the spiritual are, there's connecting intermediaries. We think of the blood, the natural heat, the life, spirit, and also how Hashem gave us 2 counselors: 1, understanding, which points out Hashem's will, and 2, the lust, which entices and seduces us to do what angers Hashem. Each has 2 scribes, 1 writing good deeds and 1 writing bad deeds. It doesn't matter if they were done privately or publicly. And the servers are the soul's moods and qualities, like cheerfulness and gladness, anxiety, joy and grief, memory and forgetfulness, wisdom and folly, courage and timidity, generosity and miserliness, righteousness and wickedness, love and hate, pleasure and pain, hope and apprehension, bashfulness and arrogance, pride and modesty, domination and submissiveness, and many similar dispositions used with the inner being. And all these counselors, servants, and watchmen, leaders and servers, etc., are appointed to obey us for a definite period, except in certain matters that Hashem made them not understand, not under our control. All the aides are at our liberty for whatever we have control over, including duties as per reason, accepted divine authority, the Torah, or what we are permitted, but they're incidental. None are necessary. None contribute or add to one's essential being. Kind of like a shell after the chick hatches or the embryo sac after the baby's born. The first counselor, understanding, can guide us the right way and give us good advice. It can even transform reprehensible qualities into praiseworthy, while the temptations, the second counselor, turns praiseworthy qualities to reprehensible ones and uses all means to get us to incline to it. The first is like a wise physician who uses injurious, even poisonous drugs for the body's benefit, while the opponent is like an incompetent physician who, in his ignorance, kills patients by his inexpert use of useful medicines. All this in accordance with Hashem's justice, because in one's innermost thoughts and secret aims and purposes, one chose either to rebel against or not serve him, or serve him and not rebel against him. And in his omniscience, nothing's hidden from him, from Hashem. When the Creator wishes to arouse and admonish you, he charges a servitor to leave service. Half, one or two or all limbs could get sick or have pain for a definite time. And if we awaken and return, he charges a servitor to return to our service, and he heals the body, and it resumes its former function. And when the days of trial end, Hashem commands all the aides and servers to depart from you. All the bonds and connections between you and the body are severed, and you return to your first state, and your body has no movement or feeling. Then you'll be shown the account books, the records of your deeds and thoughts, and what you had chosen and troubled yourself with in your existence. And in accordance with this will be your repayment, your return. And that is all for that. I would like to stop there, and we'll be doing another video shortly, because this was really for yesterday's video for Tuesday, which was not able to be done because I went to bed very late and had to wake up early today. Bye-bye.